Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub. And today, it is Friday, so we are going to solve a lot of tactical positions. And this is lecture for the A batch, but I would recommend if the seniors would really be patient with the juniors and allow them some time so that they can figure out the solution for themselves. Later, of course, seniors can help. All right, we will try to allot. Well, Soumitra is the first to join us. Very, very warm welcome, Soumitra. Very good evening to you. We will, let's say, allot 3 minutes per position. The juniors should try first. The seniors should control the urge to say the answer quickly. Itesh is the second one to join us. Hello, Itesh. Very good evening. Any updates, Itesh, from your school? Yesterday, Rupak mentioned that Model English School is going to start from the 1st of December. Rayansh is here. Very good evening, Rayansh. And on your screens, what you see is a black to play position. Vardhan is here. Hello, Vardhan. And I will accept your request, the team request. So don't worry about it. Soumitra is saying, I'm very excited today. I'm watching the last match of comedians on board 3 simultaneously. So please let us know what's happening there. Let's hope that there is sufficient quality involved as well. Hello, Chinmay. And oh, Hitesh, there is an update. Well, Hitesh, what's the name of your school? That's a very, very great news. 23rd, huh? 23rd of November. Well, definitely that's earlier than the date given to us by Rupak. So that is fantastic. Hi, Arya Mahakal is here. Ayush Tavde is here. Hello. The Guardian School. Itesh, are you from the Guardian School? Itesh, yeah, brilliant. So the Guardian School will reopen from November 23rd, which is a great news, guys, because now slowly we have to make sure that the coaching institutions reopen, and we all know that we also want our hub to reopen as soon as it is possible. So good news, Guardian School starts from the 23rd November. The Model English School starts from 1st of December. Hello, Swapnil, that is Sagar is here. Sagar, any updates from your school, man? Chinmay, any updates from your school? I believe he's from Chandrakant Patkar Vidyalaya. So Chinmay, any updates? Meanwhile, the juniors focus on the position. It's black to play here. And later we will have seniors type the answers. If not, then of course you have yours truly. We will try to do as many positions that are possible in an hour. Okay. So Sagar is saying no, there is no such update from the school. So at least we have information about 2 schools, which is a very positive thing indeed. Slowly the other schools will follow suit. So Mitra says our school decided to start, but not a lot of us are comfortable. So hardly a few people are giving consents to send their children. No problem, slow but steady, but going in the right direction, Soumitra. As long as that happens, I'm happy. Slow and steady. I agree that not a lot of parents would be willing. And of course, the school also should make sure that they could call them the divisions on alternate days or something like that. So Sagar is saying that our exams will be there next month. But I believe that's again online, is it not? I'm talking about you going to the school. Chinmay says no updates yet. So, so no updates from Chandrakant Patkar school. So, Soumitra, are you amongst those who are reluctant to go to the school or what? On which side are you, Soumitra? I am just comfortable with online classes. Okay, so I don't know, the mentality of the students, thanks to this COVID-19, probably has undergone a massive change. They are okay with the online setup. Of course, not for chess, I'm telling you. For chess, people want the hub to reopen, and this is a general reaction across the city and states because it's extracurriculars, is it not? It's fun activity. Anyway, black to play here. What's the answer? Try to type the entire line, by the way. Do not just type the first move. If you can see how far you can see. Hey, Vihang is here. Hello, Vihang. No need to ask for updates from you. You've already clarified on a number of times that you'll only be going to school the next year. But Vihang would be happy to know that his former school, Model English School, Vihang, is starting from the 1st of December. That's some news. Jay is here. Hi. Soumitra says depends. I mean, like online setup is good because my studies are going well with this. So why not? If you think that your time is invested online, well, of course, why not? Go ahead and do that. For certain things, though, you meet some place, you physically being there makes a difference. Rajeshwari, I think I've heard the name. Why do you ask? Chinmay, Chinmay wants to know if I know Rajeshwari maths teacher. I think I've heard the name. Why do you ask, Chinmay? By the way, I am a Vidyaniketan student, so yeah, first batch of the school. Rayansh, any thoughts on this position? What should black do here? It's black to play it here. So is it wise to take the knight on d5? Is it wise to just exchange the queens? Is it good to make the rook move? What do you want to do? Yeah, Vyangone is saying, sir. Oh, so Rajeshwari teacher is your aunt. Okay. I've heard of the name. I don't think I know, uh, no personal communication, but I think I've heard the name. Hmm. Are you a teacher? I am a chess coach. That's a sort of a teacher, right? Along with that, I do provide English coaching. Yes. Oh, Vihang has some news. Vihang has some news. There is change. Vihang says, my school has given consent letter. So your school is going to reopen, Vihang. Now, is that a good news or a bad news, Vihang, for you? Were you mentally ready only for next year now? Or yeah, they did change their decision. You're right. So, Rayansh, if you are with us, man, I asked you the question. What should black do here? Take the knight on d5, protect it twice, attack twice. Should we exchange the queens? Do you want to play rook c5 to bring in one more attacker? Do you move the bishop to link the rooks? What do you do here? Juniors, Arya is also here, is it not? Come on, let's see if we can find it. We had decided 2 minutes per position. We definitely have crossed that amidst this chat. Yeah, Soumitra says same case with me, but everyone's probably denying it. Oh, anyway, we will now wait for another minute, just a minute, and then I will ask the seniors to type their answers. I'm sure seniors have given it a thought. Just hold on to the thoughts, and then we will go ahead. Jay is saying no updates from his school. Was sad. That's not good. Jay, hold on to the answer that you may have for this position. It's black to play. What's the position here? Two rooks, queen, two minor pieces for both, and 5 pawns to 6 pawns. Okay, so white's leading by a pawn, but I believe there's a double pawn. Vihang says, I'm very comfortable with online classes. Okay, Vihang would also be happy because we are also going to continue some part of our online training even post this COVID-19 pandemic. So Vihang, our tournaments will continue. Probably the Sunday feedback session would continue. There will be a couple of sessions online. So always be with us. Even after the hub reopens, so be there. So no problem there. Well, Soumitra, that's going to be sad. That is, oh, there are guests in his house, so he wants permission to stay away. But tomorrow, come on, Friday, you don't want to miss the tournament. That kills the competition, Soumitra. Okay, anyway. So Vyang is saying that even the parents are reluctant to send the kids. So, okay, well, let's see how that goes. Anyway, Rayansh is happy with Rook C5, and now seniors can type their answers. So Vihang, Soumitra, Jai, Chinmay, what's your answer before I reveal the answer? Oh, Soumitra says that he will play, but just he needs the excuse just if he doesn't perform that well. Okay, that's no problem there. Then I'm happy. Yeah, then I'm happy. No problem. Then I'm happy. Yeah, then it is perfectly okay and understandable because chess is a sport, you need your 100% mental presence there as well. Completely understood what you want to say. Okay, accepted. Anyway, seniors, go ahead and type the line here, and then I'll reveal, of course, the answer. We'll move to the next position quickly. But let's try to do as many positions as we can. Another thing is the coming Tuesday, I will, Tuesday is the day when I take challenges from you guys. So this time we are going to do it on the new site I showed you yesterday. So make sure you have an ID on chessanytime.com, because there is no lag, so it's comfortable for the streamer as well. On Tuesday, that is. Tomorrow's tournament, everything is on Lichess still, pretty much. Just the Tuesday's challenges will be on chessanytime.com. Make sure. Jay already had an ID there. No problem. Ayush is saying that he is there at his mama's place. I hope it's mama as in uncle. Don't have any idea about the position, says Amaze Chess. I believe that's Vardhan. So bishop takes d5. Saumitra says bishop takes d5, and queen takes d5, queen takes d5, rook takes d5, then rook c2. Vihang, what's your answer? Is it bishop takes d5 for you as well? What say? Chinmay, you haven't typed your answer. Great. Itesh, wonderful. Itesh has his ID on Chess Anytime. So remember to type your ID for Tuesday. You can use it with me. That's a good site I showed you yesterday. You can start playing on that site as well. Vihang and Chinmay waiting for your answers. Otherwise, I'm just going to show you the answer. Saumitra's opinion is bishop takes d5, bringing the exchange. I don't think Jay has typed his answer yet. No, Jay has not typed his answer yet. So, Itesh, oh, the same ID. Great, wonderful. Ayush Chavan is saying sorry for coming late. He's eating. By the way, the timetable is now known to everybody. So don't give me the excuse that you were eating. Why? You know that 6 o'clock is when we start. You should manage your time now. Come on, after all, it's online. So Jay, you have told me your ID previously as well. I expect you to tell me the answer here, Jay. I know you did mention. So Jay, you have an ID, you've told me that, but what's the answer here? Do you also agree we should take the bishop on d5, invite the queen exchange, and then play rook c2 to gain the control of the 7th rank? Vihang also supports that. Vihang says bishop takes d5, queen takes d5, queen takes d5, rook takes d5, rook c2. Attacking the bishop goes somewhere, we can attack the h2 pawn, whatever it is. So every senior is saying that it is bishop takes d5 except for Chinmay. Chinmay says rook d8. And now I am going to reveal the answer. So the answer is not what you guys think it is. That's why doing tactical positions is very important. Okay, I will now reveal what the answer is. It's a very interesting position, guys. Rook takes, bishop takes d5 is not the best move. Here, believe it or not, the best thing is you take the queen. Now, of course, obviously, the queen is lost, so rook takes d2 is pretty much forced. And then you play the move rook c2. Now, this is just simply fantastic here, because if rook takes rook, then the rook doesn't control the knight, and after bishop takes d5, it's going to be checkmate. Probably if rook f3 is played, and after rook to g2, well, then again it's rook takes g2, inviting the discovered check and also attacking the bishop on b2. It's completely winning. If you put this in the computer analysis, is minus 17 or something. Also, after this move, let's say if the bishop goes to some other square, let's say bishop c1, maintaining the support for the rook, you still play rook takes d2 anyway, because then the defender is removed, and again the same things. In fact, from here it is made into, because the rook has to give itself up, and then there's checkmate. Now what happens here if there is bishop takes d5 played first? Let's calculate that. If that happens, well, then the position is equal after queen takes d5, your line, queen takes d5, rook takes d5, and rook c2. Well, then the position is equal after bishop d4. If you try to double this in that way, then e6 is a discovered check after king to g8, maybe rook g1 pins our rook, and if that doesn't happen, let's say bishop g7 to block the check, then rook d8 is checkmate for black. We are checkmated, guys. This bishop is pinned. So the things are not looking great if we go ahead and exchange the knight first. So observe, queens are exchanged, and after that rook c2 is a very powerful blow. I'm very sure that the senior, yeah, it's very important. So Mitra, don't worry. I think you are still in that festive mood, and there are guests in at your place completely. But I think you should use this experience. Most of you should use this experience to understand how important focus is when you're playing chess. So that's what happens. The slightest of deviation and you make a mistake. At all levels that happens. At all levels, even at the grandmaster level. The chess. Some people think, hey, it's just a simple game. You know the rules you play. Well, oh, if only chess, were that simple. Yes, so Mitra, I've received your video, but there is something that I would say. While we go ahead and select the volunteers, we'll talk about it. Purvesh is here. Purvesh, why are you late? Come on then. Yeah, from tomorrow. Yeah, from tomorrow. Yeah, so your excuse for today and tomorrow, Soumitra, don't worry. I'm just saying, 100% focus. I believe that all of you must have enjoyed this position. Be honest about it. I told you how important it is not to exchange that piece early. In fact, go ahead and exchange the queens, and then this is powerful because if you move the rook, then the bishop is free, and if the rooks are exchanged, then bishop takes d5 is just bad. Plain and simple as that. Okay. Yeah. So next position, please. The next position is white to play. I'm going to flip the board for you guys. It is white to play. Let's see if you can deal with this one. As usual, take your own time. Seniors, control the urge to say the answer. See if you can do this. Jay is saying, yes, that position definitely was cool. I enjoyed that totally. Is this position that tough like the last one, or is this easy? All the positions are from chessbase, by the way. So the advantage of doing the positions from chessbase is that they are from actual tournament games. Point to be noted, guys. Point to be noted. All the positions that we are doing are from the tournament games, not just local tournaments, proper rated tournament games. So that's what makes these positions interesting. They are not just created or composed positions. They are from actual games. Jay, why will there be a game today? No, there won't be a game today. It's positions today. Come on, read the descriptions. You are, oh, word game. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a chess game. No, we will start it from the next week. Jay, thanks for reminding though. Yeah, Thursday is the day when we play the word game. Search the word game. So we will have that from the next week, Thursday. Seniors, nobody pointed that out, huh? From the next Thursday, Jay. Ayush with some answer. Queen e5 check, he says. Rook g7 and queen takes g7 checkmate. Have you thought of f6, Ayush? f6. Chinmay says queen e5 check, queen f6, queen takes f6, rook g7, queen takes. Oh, nobody's thinking f6. Chinmay. Nobody is thinking f6. I'm surprised. Nobody is talking of f6, Chinmay. What about f6? Black can move the pawn to f6, right? What's up? Why can't black move the pawn to f6? Nobody's calculated that. Purvesh, after queen e5 check, black can block the check with the pawn f6. Let me draw it. People are still not getting it, are they? So if you are thinking queen e5 check, well, black can block the check with the pawn. Nobody's calculating that. Come on, think about it. Oh, The great senior to the rescue, guys. Great senior to the rescue. Soumitra is saying that's one of the possible variations. Sure. So Rayansh now is happy with queen takes f7. Or we'll lose our queen for nothing. Knight supporting f7. Rayansh, what's up? Maybe too much of Diwali celebrations, huh? Knight takes f7, Rayansh. If we take the pawn, knight will take our queen. Have you realized that? Now, Soumitra, are you going to defend that also as a variation? Okay. Now, can we ask the seniors? Arya Mahakal has gone quiet. Or you should do some work here. Firecrackers. Sure. Sure. Okay, now come on. Seniors, you're free to now show us what you got. Come on. Do you agree with queen e5 check being the first move, or is it something else? Do some calculation. Jay, Vihang, Soumitra, Chinmay, go ahead. Even Sagar, for that matter, has gone quiet. Come on, he's quiet. What's the first move here? Queen e5 check, still making sense? Or is it rook takes g8 check first? Maybe rook e1. What do you like? Vihang with the answer. Vihang says queen e5 check, f6, rook takes g8 check, king takes g8, queen e8 check, and then king g7, queen d7 check, and we will pick up the rook. That's Vihang's answer. Any senior who is going to second that or has a difference of opinion? Vihang says, I've done this. Ooh, a chess-based position that he has done is an incredible achievement. This is not leeches, guys. This is not leeches. Jay is saying queen e5 check, f6, and then queen e8 check, and king g7, queen d7 check. Oh, so he is also of the opinion that we are going to win the rook on c8. And Chinmay says agree with Vihang. That's the correct answer indeed. Juniors, watch this. That's why you got to enjoy such positions. Queen e5 check. Of course, let me show the variation. Queen takes g7 is mate here. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Good. But black can play f6. And then you play rook takes g8 check. The first move is king takes g8. Now you go ahead and play queen e8 check. The king has to go to the square g7. And now queen d7 is such a beautiful fork. We pick up the rook on c8. And that was indeed the answer that I was waiting for. So Sagar, wonderful, Vihang, wonderful, Jay, wonderful, and all the seniors who agreed with that, but just didn't type the line they agreed with to what their senior was saying. All right then, fantastic. Next position, please. Let's see how many positions we have. Well, the pawn structure is fascinating here. That's one thing about this position. The pawn structure is simply dynamic. Look at the pawns. F5, E5, D5, C5, B5, A5. And this is from an actual game. This is not a composed problem. This is from an actual game, mind you. It's just simply terrific. So what's the answer for this one? It's white to play. Again, is someone going to say from the juniors? White to play here. The pawns are really dynamic. Especially that pawn on e6. Come on. The pawn on e6 supporting the f5. White to play here. I'm telling you, for some reason, I just feel that the pawn on e6 is so crucial. Rayansh with the answer. Rook takes g7. If rook takes g7, then queen h8 check, and it's a fork. We will win the rook on a8. Variation, sure. Good try. I'm happy, Reyansh. Shows why you often finish on the podium. Wonderful. Reyansh, very good. Some other junior, and Reyansh Shinamdar is saying no. So now he's realized that the rook can just come back. Who else from the juniors? Arya Maka, no answers from you. It's very surprising. Before the senior said the juniors must make some effort. Vardhan is here, right? I think I saw his hi, sir. So Reyansh realizes he's wrong, but he's tried. That's important. Okay, seniors, have you tried? Come on, you can now say. So Vardhan saying no idea. Seniors, now you can say. So let's see who's the first one to type the answer. It's important. The first one who types the answer. Oh yeah, important. Soumitra has it ready. Rook takes g7. He says rook takes g7. Queen h8 check. Rook g8. Queen f6 check. Followed by rook takes f5. Arya Mahakal finally with some answer. D takes e5. Bishop takes e5. That's it. How is that helping White? Vihang is saying rook takes f5 is the first move. Difference of opinion. Vihang is saying rook takes f5 as the first move. Soumitra is saying rook takes g7 is the first move. Meanwhile, Vardhan with crazy idea. Let's move the bishop on b2, he says. Jay says rook takes f5. The pawn is pinned, but Jay, the rook can take. I don't know what's up. Now for the answer. So who is right? Chinmay didn't answer, right? Yeah, Chinmay has not answered for this one. Maybe he's still doing some calculation. Position is very dynamic. The pawn on e6, I told you, for some reason, that's the pawn that's holding the position for black together. So here is the answer. Vihang wins this. Soumitra is still in his miscalculation mode. So rook takes f5 is indeed winning for the simple reason that if pawn takes the rook, then there is no doubt that rook takes queen and no need to say who is winning after that. Of course, however, if rook takes f5, then you have rook takes g7 and white is a piece up. There's no doubt about that. What else can be done here? Let's say, well, you've taken the pawn, is it not? So what if just the queen just comes to the rescue? Can that happen? Now, what's the line here? Somebody, what's the line from this position, guys? From this position. Let's say queen c7 is played. Yes, black has lost a pawn. So now what? It's played queen c7 here. Shreyan, you should be on time. There's no reason for, the delay. Come on. There cannot be a valid reason for the delay. It's an online lecture. Come on. Chinmay is saying I'm confused. Okay, so Vihang here is saying that the rook takes g7 is the best move here. However, Vihang, you have actually not calculated it thoroughly. What Vihang is saying is a good move, but there is a better move. Vihang, take some more time. Rook takes g7 is okay. However, there is a winning move, mate in 5 in fact. I'll show you the variation quickly. It's queen takes g7 check. If you take with the rook, it's not a check. It's winning. It is 100% winning. But this is forced checkmate in 5 moves. 4 from now because first move has been played. The rook is pinned. Remember, cannot take the queen. Yeah, cannot take because it's pinned. So the forced move, no, not the forced move. There are a couple of squares. King e7 is worse because queen takes f7. And after any move, this is checkmate. And if king to e7, then rook is just checkmate. So after this, the move has to be king to e8. And then rook takes e6 check. Blocking the check is probably of no use because if the rook blocks the check, then there is rook f8. And after king to e7, then there is queen takes e7 checkmate. And after king d8, it's mate in 3, queen g8 check. Rook blocking it is just useless, so king to d7. You play rook takes f7. No need to take this rook on a. Oops. Yeah, no need to take that. King e6 and queen g6 is checkmate. Okay, no need to take that rook on a8. That's a point to be noted. All in all, it was a wonderful position. Seniors, nice work there. Yeah, throwing heavy pieces at the king. No doubt about that. The next position is again white to play. This one should be relatively easy, I will say. White to play. Juniors, it's always first your turn. Don't forget that our queen is on a1. So when you look at the position, try to look at the entire board. Our queen is on a1, looking all the way to the g7 pawn. So if that is important, I don't know. Just that the pieces in the corner, the long range pieces, sometimes there can be an oversight. So white to play here. Should we just take the rook on c8? Should we just go ahead and take the rook on b8? Should we bring the queen in the game by queen e5? Interesting. Juniors, some effort. What looks more likely to win for white, that is? Or we could play f takes e3. We are getting a knight. Let's not forget that. White is getting a knight on e3. Rehansh believes that exchanging is just useless. Exchanging will bring us no benefit. Okay. So then, Rehansh, do you like the move f takes e3? Are we going to get enjoy? Should we just take the free knight on e3? Is that good? What say? Chinmay is saying queen takes g7. Bam! Brilliant. He is just saying queen takes g7. No, that was for the previous move, I suppose. No, for the previous position. I think in the chat I should just draw a line. It tells me who's giving the answer for the current position. Alright, juniors. Do you agree with Rehansh? Exchanging is useless here. Ayush with some answer. Queen e5. He likes the move queen e5 attacking the knight. Then rook takes b1. But do you realize, Ayush, if we play queen e5, then first our rook on b1 is hanging. If we play queen e5, then first he will play rook takes b1. Vyang with the answer. Vyang says queen b2. Put our queen on b2. And if rook takes b2, then rook c8 is mate. And if not, well, if not, then what? If rook takes b2, then there is mate. If bishop b7, then we are getting the rook on c8 and then bishop on b7. Is there no defense? Is there no defense for that rook? How about rook b6, says Soumitra. Rook b6. Yeah. And now time for the answer. Chinmay, obviously it's incorrect. So Soumitra is so sure that his answer is one of the possible solutions. But no, he thinks that no, not possible. Queen b2 is the winning move. Well done, Vihang. Fantastic. You would like to make such moves when you play games, I'm sure. I mean, how brilliant is it? Watch this. Take my queen, no problem. I have the checkmate. Rook takes c8 is just checkmate. So rook cannot take the queen. And the rook has nowhere to go to the sidelines. So he cannot, shy away from the opposition we have taken. And if bishop b7, just to, cover the b file, then there is still queen takes b7, mind you. And still the same idea. You cannot take the queen, there is checkmate. And you cannot even take the rook because again there is the same thing, queen takes. Look at this position here. And then after rook takes rook f8 to save the mate, there is again this same checkmate. So brilliant answer by Vihang. Absolutely brilliant. However, no problem, Soumitra, absolutely no problem. This is a realization time for you as to how important it is to have the focus while playing chess. Let's calculate what happens after rook b6 and why it is not good. Well, this is a drawn position. Well, white was winning, but now black has a solid chance to come in this game because now he can save this knight, which is attacked by the pawn with the move knight takes g2. Surprisingly, if king takes g2, then there is more sacrifice. Yeah, this knight is pinned. So black has a wonderful chance to come back in the game. This doesn't really work because black will just maintain the threat. He will not go ahead and exchange the pieces. That's all. Will not do that. Anyway, next one, please. This one is again white to play. Juniors. Yeah, Vihang has a very solid point. That's why protect the back rank. The back ranks at all levels. Back rank is a really crazy thing. By the way, the tournament, the bullet tournament that's going on chess.com, you had Nakamura who actually had this smothered mate position. You remember with this knight f7 check was just brilliant. Check out that game. It's there on chessbase. On chessbase website, you have an article on that. The current tournament that is in progress. The bullet tournament, the world's best players. Nakamura had the smothered mate position in one of his recent games. Rayan says checkmate. Okay, is it checkmate? What? Solution for this position, it's white to play. Now, the seniors should hold on to their thoughts. Just don't type the answer. Let's give juniors a chance. I'm going to throw in a clue. This is the first time in today's lecture that I'm going to give a clue. Chinmay, what did you do? Oh, Chinmay, what did you do? I was no point retracting the message. But Rupak, hello. Rupak has joined us. Well, we are doing positions today, Rupak. This is checkmate in just 2 moves. And Chinmay actually typed the answer, but in the chat is retracted his message. Yeah, Chinmay told the answer. It's a little hasty. Seniors, control it. Amazing position where yet again, there is this queen sacrifice. It's a check and the king has nowhere to go. All the places are just covered. So he has to accept our sacrifice. But now bishop takes pawn is just checkmate. Look at that. The king has nowhere to go. Checkmate with a bishop like that is just something that deserves respect. Just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And the next position then. This one was quick, is it not? Okay, now this one again, seniors, control your thoughts. Control your emotions. This one is not checkmate position. Okay, this one is not a checkmate position. That's why I love such positions. There's no direct answer. You have to work for the answer. It's not just play something and get a checkmate kind of a position. It's not. White to play here, and it's a dynamic answer. It's not just simple forced checkmate or something. By the way, after this position, we'll discuss about the volunteers. After this position, please remind me that we'll do that. I want 2 volunteers who will make a video on their victories against higher rated players. And now it is high time, Vihang, for you to do something, to take some homework, man. You have enjoyed your seniority for long now. I think now you should have no excuse. Earlier you had your exams as excuse. And now come on then. I think you should volunteer for it and give us a good video for all to watch how Vihang actually beats higher rated. That will be an inspiration for the other juniors, Vihang. You can inspire all the juniors. They'll look forward to your video. I hope I'm right. Meanwhile, what's this position like? Let's count the material. Queen, 2 rooks and a minor piece for both. White has got 6 pawns, so does black. So material is balanced. Seniors are allowing the juniors to think. It's not a direct answer. I've told you already, it's not a direct answer. You have to work with the variations. Let's see. Juniors, any efforts? Rayansh, it's okay to go wrong, but do you want to try? Vardhan, any effort here you want to take? Anything that you see here that white can do? One thing is for sure, juniors must have noticed that if we move our knight, then our queen on b4 is hanging. Have you noticed that? Vardhan is saying I've given the answer. Oh, yeah, okay, that's for this position. Okay, knight f5, queen takes b4, rook d8 is made. That's one variation. Soumitra, be proud of your buddy. Brilliant. That's one variation. So let me show that variation to all the juniors. Vardhan is right. Knight f5, and yes, our queen is hanging. But if black takes our queen, then the rook takes d8 is just checkmate. Notice how this knight nicely covers the escape squares for the king. It's just absolutely brilliant. Now Vyang with the answer here. There is some variation. Vyang has shared with us. He says there is even Soumitra. Okay, so knight f5, rook takes d1, check comes first, rook takes d1, then same queen takes b4, rook d8, checkmate. Otherwise, after knight f5, bishop takes f5, then there is rook takes d8, followed by queen takes e7 because the queen on e7 is pinned. Okay, Rupak, I did acknowledge your presence. Come on, why are you wishing me again? I did acknowledge your presence here, no doubt about that. Chinmay also has pretty much the same answer. So watch it, guys. Seniors have nailed it. Perfect. I'm proud of you, seniors. Knight f5 is an attack on the queen and also a discovered attack on the rook as we just saw. So that means black has no time to take the queen. We already saw what will happen. So first black will say, hey, check comes first. So I will take the rook and now we are in check here. So we will have to take it and the better way is to take it with the rook. So now we have renewed the threat of this checkmate while the queen is still attacked and the squares are still covered, which means that black still cannot take the queen because of the checkmate. So after rook takes d1, well, black's best response is probably to take the knight, eliminate this. But you still go ahead and would play the rook to d8. Note that this queen is pinned by the queen, so cannot take our rook. As king take king to g7 or some other, no other square, that's pretty much forced. So then queen takes e7 and the winning endgame for white has been reached. That's all. I don't think there are any other major variations. So no time to take the queen, that's mate. And after that, should black go ahead and take the rook, we'll take with the rook and continue the threat. No, the queen cannot be taken. And if bishop takes, then this is a proper pin that will come in play. So seniors calculated everything. Sorry, sir, my brother was wishing. Okay, you're using the same ID, so how do I know who's typing, huh? How do I know that? So he was wishing good evening. That's what he means, Ayush. Brilliant indeed. Soumitra said, Soumitra has appreciated what his friend Vardhan accomplished here. Next position, please. This is white to play. And Chinmay, now control your emotions. Chinmay, please. Chinmay, please. It's white to play here. This should be easy for juniors. Juniors, come on. Let's take it as a challenge. The seniors should probably not even be required for this. Come on now. Come on now. Vardhan, again, chance to impress Soumitra here. So he'll be happy that he recommended you to us. Come on then. The seniors are not should not be required for this. Arya Mahakal, finish this. This is a plain and simple checkmate positions. Something that the juniors love. Simple, straightforward checkmate position. Can you solve this? Rayansh, this should be a piece of cake for you. Come on. I don't think seniors should be required for this, to be honest. Come on. Saumitra, no, not Saumitra, Sagar with the answer. Sagar says queen takes h6 check, followed by rook h8 mate. Rayansh also has the answer, but his answer first is rook h8 check, and then queen takes h6. Well, that could also work. Seniors, now you have to say, Swaroop is here. Hello, Swaroop, welcome. Now the seniors can comment. Do both the moves work? I mean, some juniors are of the opinion that rook takes h8, not takes, rook h8 check wins. And some of them are saying, first, let's have the direct approach. Queen takes h6 check. So, seniors, now all you need to verify is whether both of them work. Soumitra is saying both work. Vyang is saying both of them are perfectly fine. But seniors, yes, I was about to ask when Soumitra just used the chat window for answering my question. I was about to ask you guys, seniors would definitely love sacrificing the queen. I mean, who doesn't like that? If you understand chess, you understand that queen is not everything. Checkmate is everything. Winning is everything. So, of course, queen takes h6 is brilliant. Ayush Savan, sacrifice the queen. That's the answer. Let me show you. Both work, by the way. Queen takes h6. Forced move is king takes h6. And now mate with the rook on h8. Next position, please. This one I'm going to have to flip the board. This for this one because it's black to play here. This one, juniors don't even try because this is a challenge for the seniors. It's a forced checkmate sequence. So this, oh, Sagar, brilliant. Nice comment there. The last position he says was as easy as his geography paper. Okay, brilliant. Juniors, don't even try this one. This is for seniors purely now. Seniors, you can start typing the answers if you have it. But put it a proper thought. I want all the variations. Take your time, but type all the variations. It is a, I believe it's a checkmate sequence of some moves. Let's see. Seniors only. This is black to play, so I better change the caption. Yeah, it's black to play. Don't even type the answer. Juniors, you're free to calculate something in your head. Don't type anything in the chat. This is for the seniors. Yes, and juniors doesn't mean that you don't look at the answer later. Try to learn. Swaroop can try, of course. Our guest viewer. How are you, Swaroop, by the way? How is Diwali been so far? Did you burn crackers? White's king doesn't look all that great on h4 there, mind you. When the king is cornered like that, it's a very precarious position for the white king. Vihang says king h6, bishop c2 or whatever white plays, f5, bishop takes f5, bishop d4, g4, bishop f2 is checkmate. And what a checkmate. Vihang is sure that that's the way the checkmate should be calculated. So Vihang is of the opinion that we must drive our king to the required square and later just deliver a checkmate from where the bishop is. How many students agree with that? Chinmay, have you seen the same? Is it? Yeah, Vihang, it's bishop f2, not bishop takes f2. But yeah, sure. Okay, let's see. How many people think that that's forced? Try to see it. Try to see it. Because such positions are for seniors. Chinmay says, agreed. Saumitra, no, not Saumitra, sorry, Swaroop, have you calculated something there? You with us? I saw your high, right? You were there, I thought. This is nice. And indeed, Vyang has enjoyed solving this one. What a beautiful pattern. So, Such positions tell you or teach you that you must be resourceful even when you have limited pieces to work with. When the material is limited, but if the opponent's king is precariously positioned, there is always a chance. It can be embarrassing as a pawn mate, or like in this case is mate with the bishop. Things can really go crazy. So let me show the answer now. I think the seniors have figured it out for themselves. Yes, it is king h6. And why is that such a great move, by the way? Because doesn't matter what white does here. Let's say, I'm going to show you everything. Let's say white plays bishop somewhere. It's the same plan we carry out. It's f5. Let's say now white takes the free pawn. Then there is bishop d4. And now notice that no matter what happens, so Vihang calculated it with the g4, but let's say white knows that there is bishop f2 check, so he will not move the pawn. Well, if he will not move the pawn, but the threat is then from the other side. So this bishop f6 check. That's what the seniors are going to love. That's why seniors are going to love this position. Watch this, guys. Watch this. So Chinmay, I would have loved it. Had you calculated this? Vihang did say that the pawn will move, but it's not compulsory that the pawn will move. But the main threat is even if white does not move the pawn, a bishop will come to f6 and deliver the checkmate from the other side. So in this position, the mate is threatened on f2. That's what makes this position interesting. There is mate on f2, and if not, then there is mate on f6. Comments. That's something. That is something. You just had to give that pawn. So if you are wondering why did we give that pawn on f5, doesn't matter even if white had not taken that free pawn. All we wanted to do is vacate that f6 square for the bishop. Well, f2 was always available, but we also wanted that f6 square. A senior, some comment about this position. And yes, Ayush is right. Opposite colored bishops. But this time, I'm saying it, this time it led to some result because of the precarious king's position. Some senior should, Jay, go ahead and type the spelling of precarious. Let's see you do it without autocorrect. Precarious. With the meaning. Jay, if you can do that. Precarious, the word is precarious or precariously, the adverb form. Come on. Yes, Vihang is right. So you can delay it, but you can't stop this mate. Look at the dynamic position that you just solved. Oh, Vihang did that. I asked Jay. Jay got it right. Brilliant. I was hoping that there would be some autocorrect, but no. It's perfect. No, Ayush, you got the spelling wrong. Seniors got it right. Precarious. But Jay, I had asked the meaning as well. This position was really super. Now next position. Here again, I'm going to flip the board because it is white to play now. Okay, now here there is something really interesting, okay? Here Chinmay wanted to know something, so I'm going to share the answer. Chinmay wants to know what if in this position black would have played the pawn to f5. That's a very interesting question. What if white would have played f5 so that we don't have that idea of bishop f6 anymore? Well, now there is mate the other way. The reason being, now you can play the move bishop e3 because again, look at how dynamic the position is, because this time you actually have bishop g5 checkmate, and if the pawn moves, we'll still have the good old bishop f2 checkmate. Seniors, comments. Seriously. This is amazing. This is amazing. Chinmay, thanks for asking that question, man. So look how dynamic the position was, that even if white played f5 to stop us, from getting that f6 square for the bishop, but the idea is using the diagonal. But instead of f6, the bishop can mate from g5. That's amazing. So Chinmay, thanks for asking that question, man. And I'm happy that, I was able to exactly show you how it goes. Some comments. This probably is the best position that we have done so far. Some comments. So dynamic this position. It's brilliant. Just brilliant. Okay. Now I hope everybody is satisfied with possible variations in that position, so that we'll proceed to the next one. Yeah, this one I told you it's white to play. And by the way, let us again throw this as a challenge to the juniors. So the seniors probably should not type anything. Juniors, this is for you. Reyansh, come on now. Let me change the caption. It is white to play, not black to play. So come on now. This one is made in 2 moves. That is why I want the juniors to do it. Sagar, let's see if this one is as easy as your geography paper you said. Come on now. White to play and mate in 2. Mate in just 2 moves. Arya Mahakal, mate in 2 moves. Come on. Itesh, mate in 2 moves, man. Let's try to do at least 2 or 3 more positions. Oh, nobody reminded me. Volunteer for the next week. Guys, we were supposed to do it after that previous position. A couple of positions ago, in fact. After this position. Please remind me, guys. I want 2 volunteers and we will talk about Saumitra's game that you shared with me. Vihang, some comment from you, man. Now it's high time you take some responsibility. Don't tell me you don't have the technical knowledge to record your own videos. Maitreya is with us. Hello, where are you from, my dear Maitreya? You're welcome to the channel. He says knight g5 check, h takes g5 and queen h5 will be checkmate. There is our rook on a8 covering the back rank, says Maitreya. Where are you from, Maitreya? Guys, everybody can welcome him. Vihang, you've typed the answers, but what about taking the responsibility on your shoulders for making the video, huh? I think that's the answer pretty much, is it not? The juniors, have you figured that out? The reason why we'll sacrifice the knight on g5 is to get the open h file so that our queen can come on h5 and deliver that checkmate. So let me go ahead and show you that precisely. Now again, notice that the king doesn't have anywhere to go. Square, the back rank is covered and the knight has the g6 covered and it's a knight check, so you cannot block it or something. And now queen h5 is just checkmate. Absolutely brilliant. Next position, it is white to play again. Now for this position, yes, the seniors can participate. But Vihang, please go ahead and tell me the thing that I want to hear from you. That my senior student knows the technical, has the technical knowledge to make the video. Oh, he is my English student, a former student. So I'm very happy to have somebody who has been my erstwhile student. Welcome. Welcome to my chess channel, by the way. Vihang, I think now the next chat that you can put is about taking the responsibility. You cannot shy away for long. You're a senior. Don't just share your own accomplishments with us. Take some responsibility. Inspire the juniors. Make a good video. So Vihang is saying, yeah, I have the knowledge. But okay, that's 50% of what I expect. So Soumitra with the answer. Soumitra says queen takes c4. Well, let's give up the queen, he says. And then bishop takes e7. So we will get his queen, but we will have a piece to boast of. Okay. Before we see the solution for this one, we will talk about the volunteers now. Now the question I want to ask Soumitra first of all is, yes, you have shared that video with me, or rather that game with me. I want to ask you, do you want to show that game against the higher rated player and be the volunteer for the next week? I'm talking about the next Thursday. Today is the Thursday. We're looking for volunteers for Thursday. The next Thursday, which is like what? The 26th. So let me know, Soumitra, if you want to do that, so that you will be one volunteer. You can share that same game and inspire others as well with your wonderful performance. And the next is for Vihang. I want to know the answer for that. And it's high time, Vyang, you take the onus on your shoulders. And by the way, you have full 7 days to make the video. So you have enough time, Vyang. Of course, it's for the next Thursday. By Tuesday, normally students send me the video. Even in that case, you have 4 to 5 days. Somebody in the chat, before we see the solution for this one. Soumitra, let me know if you are okay with that. And Vihang, you should be the volunteer. So let's settle on that. Chinmay, hold on to that thought about the solution. Let's first solve this volunteer thing. Jay, I'm still looking for the meaning of precarious. That's the work assigned to you. Okay, Soumitra says he wants me to show his video. Okay, then I will do that when I have the slot for showing the video. Not now, not in this session, but okay, fine. So Soumitra, do you want to be the volunteer, or should I ask someone else to do it? Vihang, I'm still waiting for your answer. You cannot shy away from that for long. Otherwise, we are also just not only interested in getting the ratings update from you on WhatsApp. Everybody has contributed towards making the video, but you. We excused you on a couple of occasions. One on account of your exams, the other time on the occasion of your ill health. Okay, so Soumitra has taken up the responsibility. Soumitra was the volunteer for the first time. Really? No, but that was for something else. I believe that was when we used to do some tactical positions. Soumitra can be the one student. I am okay with that, because I'll tell you the reason why. Seniors, when they actually show the games, they really have defeated players who are 2000s and above that. So when they show their game, that is another reason why I am insisting Young to do it. Because understand this, when seniors do it, well, if a 1500 player beats 1800, that is also special. But when senior who is already at 1900 or 2000, well, they beat a higher rated player, well, that's always something special. So Vyang says that, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So for the next Thursday, everybody will get a chance. Don't worry about that. So for the next Thursday, Soumitra and Vihang are our volunteers, and please do send the email by Tuesday. Please send it by Tuesday. Vihang, remember the cutoff. Don't wake up suddenly on Monday evening that, okay, I have to send the video tomorrow. It's Thursday. Your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days, 5th Tuesday to work with. Send it by end of day Tuesday, so that I will show those games on Thursday. And yes, Vyang is going to show a game against 2504. That is amazing. So that's my point. Now the juniors will understand. See, that's what the point I was making. A win against 2504 or even a draw against him, well, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm proud of you, Vyang. I'm proud of you. Really proud of you. Wonderful. But now don't disappoint us by not sharing the video. now keep up the good work and make a good video. Okay. I have also mailed it to you. Okay. So Soumitra's work is already done. No problem. He's already mailed it. He's already mailed that video to me. Okay. I will just check it. Soumitra, kindly tell me the date when you mailed that to me, because I'll have to search it from my mail if I have not yet watched that video. Kindly, Soumitra, just help me with the date. When was it that you emailed me? Just let me know. And yes, now everybody back to the position here. So seniors are saying queen takes c4 is what is the deal here, and that is the correct answer. Let's take a piece. Yes, he can take our queen, doesn't matter which way he takes it. And then we will take the queen. And if you now count, we are a piece up. This should be like +5 or +6. The last position for today, this is going to be black to play. Yep, black to play it is. Fantastic. And this one, I will have to change the captions. Yeah, for this one, I'll have to change the caption. It's black to play. Last position for today. Instead of complicating it, can't you not just tell me the date, Saumitra? I know how to filter and search it, man. If I search game analysis video, don't you think that there will be other students with the same probable names that will be filtered? Just make it simple, or just say you don't remember the date, and then I'll have to do the hard work. Just that's why I'm insisting on the date. I know how to search on the mail. Come on then, come on now. I know that. But then if there are similar mails, all the mails resembling that will be shown. Okay. And more importantly, I think I might have clicked on your mail, so it will also be shown as a red mail. So I'll have to search all from that gray color. 18 November, there you go. That's yesterday. Okay, that's yesterday. That's it. Done then. That's it. Thank you. So Saumitra and Vihang for the next week, guys. Meanwhile, let's finish it off in style here. Last position. Oh, another thing I wanted to share is Molai sir has agreed to play, but not in tomorrow's tournament. Well, he has promised that on one such tournament he will play where Omkar sir also will be playing. That is the time when you seniors will really be tested. So he will be there. I would also request Tejendra sir, who is our coach from Kalyan, if he is free to participate in the tournament one day. It's going to be very tough. Let's hope that that's in December sometime. Sagar with the answer. Rook h2 check, king takes h2, queen h6 mate. Really? That's not the answer. I am sorry. That's not the answer. He can block the check, right? He can block the check. Sagar, I think you have missed one move. Of course, which is a flop move, but you have missed that. But Rayansh has not missed that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. No need for the seniors, is it not? Juniors did it. Rook takes h2 check. Notice that this square is covered by the battery. Remember, the queen and bishop battery. That's what we refer to it as. King takes the rook. And now queen h6 is a brilliant move. Again, notice that this square g8 is still taken by the bishop. The first move is queen h4 and queen takes h4 is just checkmate. All right, what a wonderful session we had today. We did a lot of tactical positions. It's tournament day tomorrow. I hope you have something special prepared. Saumitra, the good thing for you is, yes, you might be occupied a little bit with the guests, but at least there's no Omkar sir tomorrow, no Molai sir tomorrow. Most of our other students still are little in a festive mood. So even with that reduced level of concentration, you could still, be on the podium. Who knows? So maybe you play well tomorrow. And by the way, yes, Vardhan, I will accept your request on leeches immediately after this live session. One more thing is, the coming Tuesday, I'll remind all the seniors, above 1400 people. This time we will play on chessanytime.com. That is when I play with you guys. There will be little lag. So that's comfortable. Make your ID on chessanytime.com. On Tuesday, we will use that site just to execute our challenges. Leeches otherwise is still just fine. But that's another alternative site that we have. Okay. Wonderful. We'll stop for now. And thanks for joining. Tomorrow we'll start the stream 5 minutes earlier than usual. Remember, it's tournament tomorrow. So join if you have not joined yet. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.